Yo, what is going on everybody? Shri Kanase here. So how I did roughly $6,985.53 in a matter of 72 hours with a brand new general store. Now speaking about the store itself, this is one store which I wanted to kind of go with a very different strategy, because normally what I would do is I would either pick Facebook or Google and put all of my attention just on that one specific platform. But in this case, I thought since I have a little bit more knowledge about Facebook and Google now than I did before, I can definitely try both platforms at the same time, allocate a good amount of time for each, and try to get good results. And to my amazement, the results were something I had never even seen before. I mean, I was achieving these kinds of days, but the beauty about this is these are just sale numbers. They don't really mean a lot, especially in the world today where all those Shopify gurus do is show these numbers but don't show the profit. But I'm gonna be revealing the exact profit that I made from achieving these numbers. And to tell you guys the truth, the profit was humongous compared to the amount of sales within these specific 3 days. Now to show you guys a little bit more data, in the month of January, and I'm recording this video on February 2nd, but in the month of January, the store did roughly $26,000 of sales, and the profits for this amount was $5,800. And before you guys think that I'm just coming up with these numbers randomly, I actually went inside and calculated the cost of the goods for every single product and literally made a whole spreadsheet to just calculate my profit, and it came out to roughly $5,800. But the reason why I'm focusing on these specific days, which is 29th to 31st, which is 72 hours, these 3 days I believe were the biggest days for this store. But now that I've shown you the results, and today it has done roughly $1,400, but let's go ahead and go on over to our Google Doc to see exactly what I did, which led this brand new store to achieve such big numbers in such a small amount of time. And before revealing exactly how I did this, there's one thing you're gonna want to do if you want to really get the best results from this video, and that is smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm. And oh wait, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. But hopefully you have done that. But the things I would like to start talking about for this specific time period is the main condition and event going on at this moment when I'm recording this video. So as I mentioned, I'm recording this video in February of 2020, and right now the coronavirus is really big and the Chinese New Year is going on. So during this time, a lot of people actually pause their ads and just try to wait it out before running the ads again, which I think is a huge mistake, because as you guys saw clearly from my store, I'm hitting these big numbers despite these two occasions going on right now. And the beauty about this is my customers are fully aware 100% that their orders are not gonna be shipped until February 10th or so, simply because that is when the factories plan to get back on work. And if you want more detail as to how to battle the Chinese New Year or coronavirus, I actually just released a video on this. The link should have popped up in the top right. Watch that video after this one. But in the announcement section, in the descriptions, when they're checking out, everywhere I've made it clear that due to a very high demand, which are the specific words I'm using, or I'm also using the words directly coronavirus, orders placed after a specific day, in this case January 15th, may be shipped after February 10th or so. And as you guys know, I always like to be truthful. I don't like to hide anything, because I would rather have somebody not purchase rather than purchase and then do a chargeback later on. So that is exactly how I'm handling the Chinese New Year and coronavirus. And despite knowing that people are more than willing to buy from my store, and as you can see, I'm doing $1,000 days, $2,000 days consistently for the past few days. But let's go ahead and go on to the specific products and exactly what I did to even find these products to sell during this time period. So one thing you guys want to understand is that I'm a big believer in trends, and I make my product selection based on trends. Meaning if it is the new year, then I know that people are going to be making New Year's resolution, especially revolving around their health. People want to make New Year's resolution regarding bodybuilding. So keeping this in mind, I like to go out there and find those products that revolve around these trends. And that is exactly what I did in this case. In fact, some of the winning products I have currently on my store are revolving around the New Year's resolution, which is around the gym niche. And this just doesn't apply for the New Year's resolution. You can do this for literally any time of the year. In fact, I have a free link down below with a file which mentions all of the products and categories which I sell during each specific time of the year. You can find it right in the description. It's completely free. But that is exactly what I did to find the specific products which are currently selling on my store. And to be specific, I have several winning products on my store. One winning product is run through Facebook ads, the other via Google ads, but I'm gonna go over that very shortly towards the end of the video. But just knowing the specific trends is not enough. You need to know exactly how to do product research and how to find the right products. In this case, I'm doing a little bit of a different strategy than I normally would recommend. So instead of going on Facebook feeds or or just going on AliExpress. What I'm doing is I'm actually going on Pinterest because I'm finding a lot more success and a lot more winning products via Pinterest. So the strategy is very simple that I used to do this much amount in just 72 hours. Basically what I did is I went on my Pinterest account and I went on the home feed and I scrolled down. What I'm seeing is a lot of the Facebook ads audience that normally would advertise via Facebook ads is moving on to Pinterest simply because the competition is increasing significantly with Facebook. They may be finding much more results with Pinterest. So now what I did to find these winning products is I went on Pinterest. I basically looked at those specific products which were getting promoted by someone. So when some product is getting promoted on Pinterest, below that specific product title, we'll see that it says promoted by and the specific page's name. So here in this case, it looks like a powerful anti-mite vacuum cleaner is getting promoted on Pinterest, and this is a winning product at this moment because I've seen this advertised heavily on Facebook as well. So this may be a winning product if you're watching this video right now. You may want to try advertising on Facebook, and just for that, since I gave you a winning product literally just right now, smash that like button. But moving on, all you have to do is simply click on the specific link to go ahead and go onto the specific product page, because what happens is similarly to Facebook, when you engage with the ads on Pinterest, Pinterest also adds you to a specific group of individuals who engages with the Pinterest ads frequently, and this makes Pinterest want to show you more and more ads, so you get more and more dropshipping ads to spy on. And that is what I did exactly to find these products that are currently giving me this much amount of results with Google and with Facebook. So again, the strategy is as simple as scrolling through your specific Pinterest feed, and then wherever it says promoted by, just go ahead and click on the link, go to their specific product page, scroll through and look at the specific product, see if it is in demand. And it doesn't matter whether you want to sell this on Facebook or Google. Follow my other tutorials on exactly how to know whether this product is worth selling either on Facebook or Google, and then add it to your store. So that's what I've exactly been doing. Nothing too fancy, just literally scrolling through Pinterest a few minutes a day each day, and a lot of the ads are showing up on Pinterest more often than Facebook. As you can see, within a matter of a few seconds, I literally saw 3 ads, one by Inspire Uplift, one by Buena Deal, and one by the other one that we saw at the beginning. So that's literally what I did, just scrolled through on Pinterest and found the winning products. But in addition to that, you want to know that just finding the product is not enough. You need to make the effort of actually adding it correctly to your store, and that means having the right product page. So this really makes a difference, especially if you're running ads on Google, but it is no different for Facebook nowadays. You need to find ways to stand out of the crowd. And as I mentioned, I'm using both Facebook and Google for this store at this moment, but about 60% of my sales are coming from Google and the 40% coming from Facebook. But for the product page, I put in a little bit of extra effort simply because I, again, was advertising via Google Ads, and with Google, you want to know that product page makes 90% of the difference. If you have a bad image and if you have a wrong product title, there goes your results with Google Ads. So since I was selling products both with Facebook and Google, I really had to make a big effort into making sure my product page was correct. And in this case, what I did is for the specific image which I use for my products, I did heavy image research via AliExpress and via Google Images, because with Google Ads, your image and your title make up 90% of your results. So what I was trying to do here is I was trying to find those images which stood out of the crowd from my competitors, so that when somebody typed in a specific keyword and my product listing came up, I would have more chances of actually getting the link click. Because if you just blend in with everybody else, you're not going to sell anything with Google, period. And if you want more info on this, again, I have a free Google Ads playlist. You can check that out. I'll leave the link in the description as well. But I did a lot of image research, found the right image. In addition to that, after finding the right image, I made sure my description was highly SEO optimized with 250 to 300 words in total. And I always say this in a lot of my Google Ads videos, but if you have 250 to 300 words in your description, you want to make sure that 10% of those words are SEO optimized words. Meaning if you have a total of 300 words, make sure 30 words are SEO optimized. And that is what I did exactly for my main winning products with Google. But you want to realize that this is not just for Google. You can find a lot of success, a lot of results if you do this for Facebook as well, because what happens is if your description is large, if it is properly optimized with good amount of images, videos, GIFs, etc., what happens is a user tends to spend a longer period of time on your product page. Maybe he wants to read it through the entire description, maybe he wants to look at your cool video, maybe he wants to engage with the image or the GIFs. And what happens is a user starts spending more and more time on your product page, and when Google or Facebook sees that, they think, wow, this website really knows what they're doing, because a user is really spending a large amount of time on their product page. That directly correlates with the better user experience. So what they think is that the user is having a really good experience, because otherwise why would they be spending so much of their valuable time on this product page? So this really boosts the way Facebook or Google sees your website in total, and it gives you kind of an upper leg when it comes to advertising. Maybe that means for Google, they're charging you less per link click, or with Facebook, you're winning more auctions and your cost per purchase is going down. So clearly, as you can see, having the right image, right descriptions not only makes a big difference for Google, but also a big difference for Facebook. And that is exactly what I did with my current products, which are winning, and which is why I was able to do about $7,000 in sales in 72 hours. But before I go on, as I mentioned, I was going to show you the profits and the exact ad spend. Let's go ahead and go on over to my Google Analytics account to show you guys exactly what the ad spend was for the specific time period. So as you can see, I have January 29th to January 31st chosen of 2020. And what I want to do is refresh the page in case you guys think I did some kind of shady stuff on this page. So as you can see, it is fully getting refreshed, and once it's refreshed, I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to show you guys all of my campaigns. Of course, they're going to all be blocked because I can't show you the name. So let's go ahead and scroll down and look at the specific costs. So for January 29th to January 31st, I only spent $262.62 overall for all of my campaigns. And if you scroll to the right, we can see that the revenue I got from that was $3,946.51. So as you guys can see, this is a crazy high amount, which is something I would never ever even achieve with Facebook ads. I mean, this kind of return on ad spend is just a dream for me with Facebook ads, because as you guys can see, I made roughly $4,000 with Google, and the rest of the $3,000 came from Facebook ads. But to achieve that, I spent a significantly larger amount of budget than I did here. And if you go ahead and go to our Facebook account for this specific general store, we can see that for January 29th to January 31st, I spent roughly $1,041.75. But overall, we made a really good amount of profit, because as you can see, I spent only about $1,400 in total, and we made back $6,985. So that's a crazy 6 times to 7 times return on ad spend in total. But again, these numbers are not possible if you don't take the time beforehand to go through and make a really killer product page, find those right products, etc. But now that we covered the specific ad spend for the ads, let's go ahead and discuss the specific ad strategies which I was using to achieve these kinds of results. So as I said in the beginning, I had only one winning product which I was running campaigns for with Facebook, and in order to really find this product and know whether it is a winner or not, I was using my general strategies which I recommend in my other videos, so I'm not going to go over them here, but I was using something different for scaling. Previously, I was not really using CBOs to scale, but here I really implemented CBOs and made them a large part of my scaling strategy. But mostly I was using low budget CBOs, which were around $50 each. But what I was doing is I had 5 ad sets for one specific audience duped inside this CBO. So these 5 ad sets had the same exact audience targeting, and I had 3 winning ads inside each ad set, and all of this was running inside one main CBO for $50 a day. But that was giving me a really crazy ROAS of a 2 to 3, and the break-even point for this specific product on Facebook was around a 1.5. So nothing crazy for Facebook. But if you go ahead and go on to the Google ad strategy, I had roughly 3 to 5 winning products for Google. So here's exactly how I had laid out my campaigns for Google ads. I had one general testing campaign which was running at $35 per day on my Google ads account, and I was testing all products within this general testing campaign. So nothing too crazy. Again, the basic things which I recommend in my other videos, but here's something that I was doing differently for Google ads. I had one smart shopping campaign running for my Google ads account, and instead of putting all of my products inside this smart shopping campaign, I had only those products with more than one sale inside this smart shopping campaign, and I was running it at $35 a day. And this is something I had never done previously. I had never talked about it in any of my videos. This is something I just recently began to do, and to my surprise, this was the campaign which was giving me the largest amount of return on ad spend. I think the return on ad spend on January 30th was around 1000%, which is absolutely nuts compared to Facebook ads, because I would never achieve these results again with Facebook. So that is something different I was doing with Google ads. And then the third shopping campaign which I had running was one low bid general testing campaign with a bid of about 10 cents, and this was running at $25 per day, and again all products inside this campaign. The main reason why I run a low bid testing campaign is because any product which does not win the auction inside this specific main testing campaign, it can kind of seep through and win the auction here, because for some reason some products just do really well with a lower bid compared to a higher bid. And that is exactly what I was noticing here, because all of the products which were not getting sales here were apparently getting sales here. And even though the sales were not that crazy, they were still doing a decent amount of about 1 sale to 2 sale a day. So this was my entire advertising strategy when it came to achieving these kinds of results. But the final thing I would like to end this video is talking about SEO optimization, because that person that does not constantly optimize their campaigns, their product images, or their product page in general is not going to achieve success for long. So what I was doing for these products is I was consistently optimizing them. It meant optimizing my product titles, my product images, maybe trying something different if the CTR was low, maybe trying different descriptions, etc. And when it comes to SEO optimization, again, the basic strategies: repeating the main keywords that were getting a lot of link clicks, impressions, even sales, 2 to 3 times within the description, and don't do it more than 3 times. Otherwise, you may decrease your quality score, because Google thinks of that as black hat marketing, which we don't want it to think of. So the max is 3 times repeating inside the description. But what I was doing is inside the titles, I was repeating the main keywords which were getting the most amount of sales, because remember, your title is your most important. You want to have those specific keywords which are getting the most sales inside your title, and that is exactly what I did, which is why the sales chart really boosted upwards during those last 3 days. But in addition to that, I was making sure that I had good amount of images, videos mixed up in my product descriptions, and I always recommend not to exceed 3, because not only is that going to lower your page speed for your product, but also kind of make it look too jumbled and look unprofessional. But this is the exact strategy I was using when it comes to SEO optimization, and the overall general strategy that I used to achieve about $7,000 in just 72 hours, with a profit of about 40% in total. But if you found any type of value in this video, smash that like button and smash that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time.